beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I have this really pretty gold pink foiled eyeshadow look. This is a beautiful glamorous finish, but it's still light enough that you could wear this to a day event or an evening. It really is one of my most favourite looks. For foundation today I'm going to use the very Valentino long lasting foundation, and I'm going to use my BK Beauty 106 foundation brush. If you are new to BK Beauty brushes, they're fantastic and they do have a discount code if you want to try them for yourself. They are made by a makeup artist, so you can be sure that they're going to be fantastic quality and long lasting. I used this foundation in my last tutorial and I'm such a fan of it. I decided I wanted to use it again so you guys can see it in action. As I mentioned in my last tutorial, this is based on a fabric, the way it should float across the skin almost like silk. It gives buildable coverage, but I would definitely say it's what I call a natural full coverage. So it looks full coverage in the flesh, but it isn't mask-like. This is great if you have normal to oily skin because it can absorb up to 3 times its own weight and gives a semi-matte finish. It's also available in 40 shades, so there's definitely something for everybody. So I've applied one coat over the entire face using my BK Beauty brush, and now I'm going in with a damp beauty blender to press that into the skin, and I feel like this gives the best finish. I've worn this foundation for 8 hours and it still looks so good by the time I take it off in the evening, so I'm really impressed. This is a new launch for What's Up Beauty and I am absolutely in love with it. This is the Dragon Eye palette and it is stunning. It contains a mix of sparkly multichromes and creamy mattes. Here's a little mobile shot of some of the multichrome finishes. They are beautiful in daylight. I know some of those colours aren't everyday wearable shades, but I'm going to show you a look using a few of the shades from the palette that would be more appropriate. And then if you want to see a look using maybe the green or the blue, let me know in the comment section and I'll do that for you. I'm just taking a bone coloured matte eyeshadow from another palette and I'm applying that to the brow bone and the inner corner of the eye. The first colour I'm going to take is Creature, which is a light brown creamy matte with a pink undertone, and I'm using my MAC 286 synthetic blending brush. This is a tapered brush, so it makes blending colours through the socket of the eye super easy. This is going to be our transitional shade, so it's going through the socket of the eye from the inner corner to the outer corner, and I'm also going to buff what's left on the bristles up towards the brow bone. So although we'll be buffing slightly over the bone colour that we had, it just means that brow bone is ever so slightly highlighted under the arch. I'm now taking the shade Smoke, which is a dark brown creamy matte with a purple undertone, and I'm using a small dense brush similar to a pencil brush. This is the 203 brush by BK Beauty, and using a tapping motion I'm pressing this on the outer third of the mobile lid, and as you can see I'm creating almost like a triangular shape. It's coming down towards the lash line as we get to the centre of the eye. I now have a small crease brush dipped into a small amount of Creature, which is the transitional shade, and I'm using that to buff out the very outer corner of Smoke, and I'm pulling it outwards towards the tail of the eyebrow but also back on itself into that socket. Now I'm using an even smaller brush, which actually is the BK Beauty pencil brush, which is the 207. I'm using that to deepen the Smoke shade. Now before we apply our sparkly multichrome eyeshadow, we want to apply a bit of a sticky base for it to stick to. So I'm going to use the Jumbo Pencil by Milk, which is in a white shade as you can see, and the reason I'm using something that's white is I really want the duochrome to be as intense as possible and look exactly how it does in the pan. This will help to prevent the skin tone underneath changing that colour of the eyeshadow. So I've blended that in with my finger. I'm now going in with the shade Myth. And as I said, this is a multi-chrome foil, so this has a pink to gold almost flip finish, which is stunning. As I always say when using duochrome, metallic or multi-chrome finish eyeshadows, always use your ring finger to apply it because it picks up the product, dispenses it onto the skin, and you're not losing any of it in the bristles, so you get the best finish. You also get a super reflective finish if you use a swiping motion because it flattens the foil pigments, and in turn they become more reflective. I'm going back in with my 207 brush and Smoke, and I'm just repressing that on the outer corner and then very softly working that upwards to meet the shade Myth that we've just applied, so we get a nice transition between the two. Then just go back in with your small blending brush and just pull the colour outwards to create a really soft blown out finish, and then also work it backwards into the socket. This will just give a beautiful airbrushed seamless finish to the eyeshadow. Sticking with that same brush, I'm dipping it into Creature, which was the first transitional shade that we've used, and I'm reapplying that through the socket with my eyes open, looking straight into a mirror so I can see that colour when I'm looking up. Sometimes this can disappear if you look up and your transitional shade isn't high enough, it can completely disappear. So just reapply it while your eyes are up, looking straight into a mirror. Next I'm taking MAC Coffee Pencil along the waterline, which is a beautiful brown. You can also use the shade Costa Riche, as I know coffee isn't always available in the US, but Costa Riche is, and they're very, very similar. As always, I will link all the products I've used in the description for both UK, EU and the US, and many of those links are global as well. Once you've coated your waterline, don't forget to tightline, which is to take it along your top waterline. The easiest way to do this is to blink onto the pencil and then run it backwards and forwards. On a small smudger brush, I'm taking the shade Smoke and running that close to the root of the eyelashes, and then I'm going in with a small amount of Creature, which is the transitional shade, and buffing that underneath. This is the shade that will take the lowest, go from that inner corner all the way to the outer edge, and don't forget to connect that on the outer corner with the top lid so there's not a gap on that outer edge. I am going to be applying falsies today, but I'm going to show you this look just with the mascara first. This is the Lancome Lash Idol. It's one of my favourites. It comes off with water. This is how it looks with just mascara. So if your preference is just to use mascara and no falsies, this is what it looks like, and it's so beautiful on its own. The falsies I'm going to use today are the LB05 eyelashes by Lash Base. Last week I uploaded 18 pro tips on how to apply eyelashes, which I'll link on screen for you now. And if you want to try these eyelashes for yourself, you can use my Lash Base discount code. Shonagh LB10 will get you 10% off whether you're in the UK or the US. So I applied eyelash glue, which is the duo glue, allowed it to go tacky for 30 seconds, placed it in the centre of the eyelashes first, and then tucked in both the outer corner and the inner corner. So here you can see one eye with just mascara and one eye with the falsies. I like to give my false eyelashes a little clamp in the eyelash curlers. These ones are by rephr, and they just give a subtle lift to the eyes. Moving back onto the skin, I'm going to take this number 64 brush by Sephora. This is the Pro Foundation brush, which I'm going to use with my Chanel Soleil Tan Bronze Universelle. I'm stippling this on to the high points of my cheekbones, so using it more as a bronzer rather than a contour, but this will help to sculpt the face. So use a very light hand, buff it backwards, and only use what's left on your bristles to bring that forward onto your cheeks. You don't want the bronze to be too far forward. When you first apply this, it can be quite daunting because it does come out quite orange, and I'm used to using a cool tone bronzer. But once you've got it around your hairline and on the high points of your cheeks, and then you apply your blush, the whole look does come together. Now that we have Sephora in the UK, this was one of the first brushes that I purchased from there not so long ago, but I rarely reach for it. However, having used it today, I really like it. I will try and link it below for you guys. As you know, my latest re-obsession is the Daniel Sandler watercolour blushes. I used these many years ago and I've refound my love of them. Today I'm using the shade Cherub. What I absolutely love about these is that they're always still perfectly in place by the end of the day. This has even survived tears. It's a fantastic blush and it comes in an abundance of colours, so I will link it below. For my lips, I'm going to take the MAC Boldly Bare Lip Pencil. I'm going to use this to line my lips, but I'm also going to use it to colour in my lips. I've gone through quite a few of these pencils in my career as a makeup artist. This is one of my favourites for bridal. It's quite natural, but it adds a very soft pink finish. I've coloured in my lips because I'm going to be going in with a gloss. This one is by Nude Sticks. I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but I will link it below. This is their lip glaze. It's beautiful. It has an iridescent finish to it, similar to the foil that we've got on the eyes. And don't forget, if you want to try it, use my discount code. All my codes will be linked down below for you. So that completes today's makeup tutorial. I hope you've enjoyed it. I think it's very glamorous and classy. It's not over the top. And again, I still think this would be an appropriate look for a daytime event as well as an evening. Let me know in the comment section if this is something that you would wear. Please subscribe if you are new to my channel and give the tutorial a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, because it really does help with the algorithm. You can follow me outside of YouTube over on Instagram. That's where I tend to share a lot of the palettes that I receive before I share them over here on YouTube. So if you see them over there, you can always request a tutorial with them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in a couple of days with another video. Bye guys!